So since I was born and raised in a Malayali Pentecostal household, I can confidently say that in most of our conventions or conferences or revival meetings, the focus is on the earthly needs or wants. The preachers quote the miracles of the Old Testament or even the signs and wonders that Jesus did to say that a breakthrough or healing or a blessing is awaiting you today. Now, I definitely believe in miracles, I definitely believe in signs and wonders, but such messages being majoritively spoken have produced a generation that thinks that physical healing or material blessings or earthly successes are a sign of God's favor. Churches have produced more successful people in earthly terms, but filled with carnal desires and having nothing to do with the character of Jesus Christ. So when was the last time you came to a church meeting or a convention burdened with all your earthly needs? But the preacher spoke so much about Christ that even though your problems weren't solved, even though you didn't get motivated enough, you realized that Christ was bigger than your problems and your trials, and your adoration towards Him increased. Just look at the only miracle of Jesus. Which is the only miracle of Jesus that is mentioned in all the 4 Gospels? Anybody? Jesus feeding 5,000 men with 5 loaves and 2 fish. All the Gospel writers made sure that they note this in their Gospels. Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. That it was that concrete. Jesus fed this huge crowd. They were all happy. They were all excited. They came back the next day with more people, I believe. What happened at that time? Jesus did not feed them again. He preached the gospel. He preached the words of everlasting life to them. He said, I am the bread of life, which caused the crowd to slowly fade away. They started deserting Him one by one. In John chapter 6 verse 66, it's very easy to remember, John 6:66. It says, many of the disciples of Jesus began to leave Him once Jesus started preaching the word. Jesus was left with the 12 disciples. Jesus did not say, hey, everybody left me, you also don't leave me. No. He said to them, do you also want to leave just like the rest of them? That's when Peter said, you have the words of eternal life, where can we go? So even in our lives, when we talk about the things or the blessings God gave us, maybe He helped us get better jobs, He helped us get good grades or the lifestyle that we have. But are you able to follow Jesus even if He doesn't give you any of these things? Are you the odd one out because you stand for Jesus? That is a hard teaching. So one thing I have realized from the understanding of the scriptures is that if we stand with the true gospel or the true message of the scriptures, you can expect to be the odd one out, even among those who consider themselves to be Christians. Now, if you happen to meet my colleagues at work or my manager, and if you ask him, how is Cleetus as a person? And if he says, oh, he's just like us, he talks like us, he walks like us, we share similar ideas in almost everything, then that means I am not representing Christ fully. If I come and meet some of your classmates or your peers, and if they say, we joke a lot, we share in everything, most of what we do, then I can say the same thing about you. It is because the gospel of Christ or the true message of the Bible in its true context is not very popular. It's not something that you can find appealing. It's the message that separates you from the desires, likes and interests of this world and deepens your relationship with Christ. If you look all over social media, be it YouTube or Instagram, Facebook, the Christian messages that are very popular are the motivational ones. How to be blessed in the land, how to become great, how to receive your blessings today. But the hardcore teachings of Jesus receive little to no attention.